So it's officially been 1 month since I've owned the MacBook Neo, Apple's cheapest MacBook they've ever made. And with all the hype going, there's only one simple question I truthfully want to ask and also answer at the same exact time. And that pretty much is, was the MacBook Neo a smart budget buy, or was it something that we probably should have just left alone? Because after 30 days, I can officially say, I actually have some real use out of the MacBook Neo that I can actually talk about and actually share my experiences with you guys, because there's some goods and there's some bads. But then again, depending on who you are, you may be like, bruh, this is everything I need. So let's go and talk about the MacBook Neo, and let's go and see, how does it react after 30 days? Yo, what's going on, you guys? It is Ceejaybrand here, and we are back once again with a brand new tech review video for you guys today. As mentioned earlier, we're going to be talking about the Apple MacBook Neo, just because, this is one of the highest requested devices, I will say. I ain't want to say that like that, but it truthfully is. There was a lot of hype about it, and it's Apple. Apple is known for making, the best hardware products, in my personal opinion, and also making products that actually truthfully last. Even at work today, I was just talking to somebody, and he was like, bro, I still use my MacBook Air from 2014. Bro, it's 2026. That's crazy that you're still using the 2014 MacBook Air and it's still performing to this day. So, hey, that's crazy, man. But anyway, so with the MacBook Neo, one thing I love about this product right here is the fact that it actually has a very great design quality. Like I said, Apple does a lot of great things when it comes down to making their hardware. They know exactly how to make hardware feel so freaking premium without that super high, price tag, at least what we're seeing right now with the Neo. Now, the Neo does have an aluminum body build. It is, slightly different from the previous Macs that we normally have, like the Air and also the Pro. So, we don't have that backlit keyboard, which I kind of hate that. I'm not gonna lie to you, because I'm a student still, so it's like I kind of want to type my papers in the dark, while I'm laying in bed or whatever, and it's like it's kind of hard sometimes to see the keyboard. But I mean, then again, it's really like, hey, is it really that bad? I don't know. Now, the Neo also does come with a 13-inch liquid retina display as well. And I will say this screen does only get up to 500 nits of brightness. I do wish that it did have a little bit more, bits. I wish it could have got to like 1,000, because that 500 nits, it's okay. But, if you try to go outside and there's harsh, lighting, or even if you're in a coffee shop and there's harsh lighting on the screen, you're going to have a little bit of trouble, with it for sure. Besides the screen and everything as well, the speaker system on this product right here as well, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna tell you right now, these are the lowest speakers that I've ever had on a Mac product. Even my I got an iPad Pro 13-inch that even has better speaker qualities, and also the screen quality on that one is a little bit better as well. So yeah, the speakers, I don't buy it for that. Don't expect this to be, top of the notch speakers, because it's truthfully not. You should see me sometimes. I'd be literally having to cuff my hands around the speakers just to try to get some type of, more noise from it, or I just plug in some AirPods and call it a day. I forgot to mention as well, but at least one of the good things, is you do have a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack on there. So if you do have a headset that you want to plug in that takes 3.5, you can plug it in, or just Bluetooth it to the MacBook Neo itself. That's cool. But let's go and talk about the performance, right? Now, performance right here, this is going to vary depending on what type of user you are. For me personally, I am a content creator, so therefore I have cameras that, I want to edit the footage from the cameras on my MacBook products. That's not what I bought the Neo for. But I'm also a full-time college student as well. Your boy kind of graduating in a couple of days, I'll say about 2 weeks or whatever, May 9th. Can't wait for that, man. But anyway, so having the MacBook Neo to do school homework, watch a couple YouTube videos, do like research basically. If I want to surf on YouTube, as I mentioned, typing up papers, using Excel spreadsheets. I did a little bit of coding. I'll be real with you, I don't know how to code at all. I was just testing out some stuff just because, you see what people do online, but hey, I probably can do it as well. So I use, I think it was Claude. No, I didn't use Claude. It was Codex. I don't know what I'm doing. All I know is it takes a long time for that code to, do what it got to do. But besides that, like I said, if you're just an average user, that's doing, normal schoolwork, just casual web browser, you need to learn some Excel sheets or whatever Apple uses for this. I personally don't use any of their software just because, in school, they do all that Windows stuff, hey, got to do the free stuff. It's the best, for me personally. But yeah, if you're just trying to do that this MacBook Neo, I promise you, would not fail you at all. It's really the computer that I think that a lot of people are needing, just because once again, it's a product from Apple itself. And you guys can literally do your own research on it. Look up the longevity of Apple products versus a Windows, product. I mean, I have a gaming PC in the back. Of course, it has different components, but it's on its last legs and everything compared to a MacBook. I mean, hell, the MacBook is going to last longer. I know that for a fact. Even like I said earlier in the video, I have a coworker that literally told me he's using a MacBook Air from 2014 in 2026, and it's still running crazy good. Like, do your research. I don't know. But then, that's one of the positives I will say about this, product itself. Now, negative wise, it's really not a negative at all. It's more of a, people are trying to do crazy stuff on this MacBook Neo that they have no business doing. And that's pretty much like what I'm doing right now. This footage that I'm getting from my Canon camera right now, I'm not going to be taking this and putting it over to my Neo. There's no reason for me to do that because I know for a fact it's going to have hurdles. I'm going to take that to the Pro. That's what the Pro is for. It's supposed to run, the bigger processes. It doesn't need to run on the Neo. Is not for that. So, a lot of people, they're out here, they're doing reviews, they're trying to edit this heavy 4K footage, 7K footage, 8K footage, whatever they got in their camera. They're trying to run this heavy footage on there. Then they're complaining like, oh yeah, the Neo is not able to run. Duh, it's not for you. Like, it's common sense, right? Like, I'm just very confused on why don't people understand that concept. I get that, we have a lot of creators here, they want to buy it, they want to test it out. But if you're going to buy and test it out, don't show us what you do on a daily basis. Show us who this computer is for. It's for students. It is for the average computer user. Now, when I say all this as well, if you do have, let's say for instance, like a DJI Nano, DJI, Pocket 3, using your iPhone footage, or even like the cheaper body cameras, like maybe $600, $600, $700, I don't know, $600, $700, $800 cameras. That footage right there, if you're especially using CapCut or even Final Cut or even Adobe Premiere Pro, you can edit that all day on the Neo. You just have to remember you have 8 gigabytes of RAM. 8 gigabytes of RAM, it's not enough for, doing a lot of work at the same exact time. The 8 gigabytes of RAM is for multitask, web browsers being open, Word documents being open, Google documents, Google Drive docs or whatever it's called, Google documents being open. It's for stuff like that. But when you try to go ahead and bring up like CapCut and you want to enter that 4K footage, that 2K footage, 1080p footage, you are going to be able to edit that footage. But like I said, once you go to 4K, 8K, 7K, stop. Just stop. Just no. We're done with that. Yeah, but I hope that kind of sums up my little rants about, people in the MacBook Neo, because like I said, I'm personally tired of hearing about it, and I'm happy that the hype is dying down about the product. I know the sales for this Neo probably has flourished. Hey, kudos to that whole Apple team. Great job. Now, I'm kind of curious as well what they're going to do potentially for next year. I want to know if they're going to try to drop another round of the Neos, or will these Neos stay out for a couple years and then they'll drop some? Just because you do know the Neo is being ran by, I think it's the A18 Pro Bionic chip that was found in that's kind of ironic. I have an iPhone 16 right here. And if it's not the right chip, I'll put it down in the description. I don't know if it's 17 or 18. I didn't pay attention to it anymore. But yeah, it's being ran on a phone chip. So, phones come out every year. So I want to know if this Neo will come out every year as well, or have they perfected that chip enough to be like, okay, cool, we can keep this computer, keep the same exact chip for 2 to 3 years, down the road. I personally would like to see a couple upgrades to the Neo, but then again, the MacBook Neo costs $599 or $499 for students. So it's like, hey, if they bump up the RAM, what does that price look like, And it's like, hey, if they give us a new chip, like if they give us like the M1 chip in here, which I doubt they would do that, they can even make like a M5 Lite chip, right? Just say, for instance, they do that instead of giving us a Bionic chip. How much would the Neo jump up in price if they did something like that? I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about in regards to that section for performance. Now, let's go and talk about the battery life itself. Now, battery life, it definitely does depend on what you are doing on the machine. I will say that for sure, because there's been days where I've been able to get maybe like a whole day use out of my machine. And that's just because, I'll use it for a couple hours, close it down and forget about it for the rest of the day, and open it back up the next day. Of course, I got some percentage use. But if you are, me, I was watching some YouTube videos. I was doing a couple labs for homework, responding back to, a few emails and everything. That's when I started to notice that my battery was decreasing. But also on top of that, I was watching Netflix. Now, this is what surprised me, is that, me coming in from like, I think I was like 100%. I probably watched like maybe 3 or 4 episodes of Scandal, and the MacBook was like probably at maybe 60%, I believe, so something like that range. I got to do another test, obviously, but yeah, the battery life on the MacBook Neo, it definitely does fluctuate. But I think that what it's doing for me personally in the first 30 days is really trying to get accustomed to like what I'm doing, and whenever it figures out what I'm doing and how I use it, you know, to use the Neo itself, that's when it's going to, you know, optimize itself to be like, okay, cool, I know that I can, you know, chill at 8 o'clock in the morning. Then I know I can, you know, expect a lot of rush to, you know, come to me at 10 o'clock through 1 p.m., stuff like that. I'm thinking that's what's happening right now with the Neo, because like I said, there's different performance peaks, but otherwise than that, to me, the battery life has been great. It does have a slow charge. It definitely does remind me of like iPads and everything. You know, iPads, they, in my personal opinion, they take forever to charge, they die quick. It's one of those things, and that's what it is with the Neo as well, because you only get a 20-watt charger with the actual Neo. I did try to plug it up to like a 100-watt charger, but I was just like, I'm not going to do that because I don't want to blow the battery. But I mean, it didn't do much. It probably charged up a little bit faster, but not significantly, you know, enough to be like, okay, cool, let's swap it. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it with the Neo. Like I said, this is really one of my, it's kind of crazy. It's because it's like the machine is not my daily driver, but it is my daily driver at the same exact time. Like if I'm just going out for the day, you know, I want to bring my camera, bring the DJI Nano with me, or like that, and I just want to go chill, then of course I'm going to grab my Neo as well, because I want to have a lightweight. You know, that's what I'm personally using my Neo for, is to separate my busy life to like pleasure, right? Like on the Neo, I'm going to do my YouTube, you know, surfing. I'm going to watch some Netflix. I'm going to, you know, do some basic research, you know, on new products that I want to review on YouTube and everything. I'm going to obviously, like I said, do my school homework, you know, stuff like that. That's what I'm going to do on the Neo. So pretty much every day, I pretty much take the Neo with me. I truthfully do. I ain't lying to you. I truthfully do take my Neo with me almost every day to work. Just because, you know, I want to do some extracurricular activities and everything while I'm on the clock. You know, hey, gotta get paid and, you know, succeed in life. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it that I really wanted to cover today, because there's really truthfully not that much more. I just, you know, want to say, if you are still looking to buy the Neo, just keep in mind that, you know, once again, if you are just a normal person, like literally 80% of the world, just normal people that don't do crazy tasks on computers, they don't push your computers to absolute max, the Neo is going to work for you. Casual gaming, no. Bro, no gaming, please. And it's crazy, you probably can, but you just gotta remember, you got 8 gigabytes of RAM, 250 gigabytes of storage, or even 512 gigabytes of storage. Just imagine, after you put everything that you want on there, your RAM is gonna be used, especially when you're trying to play that game, and it uses swap memory as well. So that 8 gigabytes, once it gets maxed out, it's going to start taking some of your storage to run whatever application you got. So imagine you get 512 gigabytes and you only got 50 gigabytes left. Your computer going to crash. It's going to crash. So just keep that in mind and everything. But yeah. So let me know what you guys think, though, for sure, about the MacBook Neo. Do you guys expect them to drop something next year? Maybe new colors or anything? Because I'm surprised they didn't give us like an orange color. But, you know, will they give us Neos to match the iPhone 18? I don't know. That'll be pretty cool. So, but yeah, that's all we got for you guys today. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.